Arnold, thank you very much, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, here today in New York, Cunard's, and I'm very conscious, I'm going to call it Cunard, rather than Cunard. So I struggle with the American, please forgive me. So, in Cunard's US home port, we unveiled Queen Mary 2 Remastered, the result of one of the biggest projects ever undertaken by Cunard in its 176 years. What you see around you is the culmination of the hard work of 2,500 contractors, 1,500 Hamburg shipyard workers, and our own 1,200 crew members in just 25 days. So that film may have shown them working fast, but believe me, they absolutely did work fast. And in investing in the region of $132 million, Cunard is today signalling to the world a renewed confidence as a luxury British brand. Now, it's said that what makes a true luxury brand is its history, craftsmanship, attention to detail, and rarity. Throughout our rich history, we at Cunard have been the innovators of many key elements of today's cruising. Now, of course, the most significant innovation was 176 years ago, when Sir Samuel Cunard started the first regular scheduled transatlantic service with his first ship, Britannia, a voyage we recreated this time last year with Queen Mary 2. Now, in the intervening 176 years, there have been frequent bursts of innovation from Cunard, from something as practical as the introduction of navigational lights on ships in 1848, in a design that's still used today, to the first ship built with electric lights in 1881, to the more modern introduction of suites, children's playrooms, libraries on board, and the list goes on. Now, when she was launched, Queen Mary 2 followed in this tradition of innovation, with the only planetarium at sea, the largest library, the largest dance floor, and the largest wine cellar. These are still firsts today. And now, as you will have just seen for yourselves, with her remastering, Queen Mary 2 further showcases the grand style of our ocean liner, an icon that epitomises Cunard's luxury on a grand scale. Throughout this remastering programme, we have pulled from Cunard's rich history, drawing inspiration from our great liners of the past, particularly the original Queen Mary. From the Art Deco-inspired mirrors and lights, to the carpet designs echoing the originals, to the bold imperial blue and antique gold colour scheme of the soft furnishings, our remasterings reaches back into our rich heritage. The design team's attention to detail can be seen throughout the ship. For example, the new artworks in the staterooms are specially commissioned photographs of the 100-year-old Cunard building from our spiritual home of Liverpool, and from the Cunard building here in New York. In a similar vein, our signature veranda restaurant echoes the first veranda restaurant on Queen Mary in her designs and her circus artwork. Though perhaps the best testament to our attention to detail, and no presentation on Queen Mary 2 remastering is complete without a mention of this, has been the installation of a lamppost and fire hydrant in the kennel. Now, this is an idea taken from both Queen Mary and QE2. Now, hardly remarkable, you might think, until you learn that the lamppost is no ordinary lamppost. That's got your minds going. Well, we managed to acquire a lamppost from Liverpool, originally sited near the Cunard building and dated from when that building was opened exactly 100 years ago today. So, history, craftsmanship, attention to detail, and rarity, all hallmarks of this great brand, Cunard. course, all of this would come to nothing without people. And we are indebted to the loyalty of our valued guests, whose passion for Cunard has inspired much of what you see in this remastered programme. And it's their passion that continues to inspire us daily to deliver the highest standard of White Star service. Equally, we would not be where we are without the support of our travel agent partners and media friends. Thank you to you for telling our story so eloquently and powerfully. I trust that you've seen today that there is a new and compelling chapter to tell and sell to both our loyal Cunarders and those new to this great brand. We are very grateful to you for all your support. Now, a project as large as this is the result of many months of hard work by many, many people. And while I cannot single out everybody involved, to all those who made a contribution, however modest, I offer my sincere thanks for your part in making Remastered a reality. But lastly, to all Queen Mary's officers and crew, led by Captain Wells and Otbury, I offer you my sincere thanks for all your hard work, perseverance, and no little inspiration in making the impossible possible and the ordinary extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, when Queen Mary sets sail for Southampton this evening, she will be maintaining that unbroken link between Europe and America, started by Sir Samuel Cunard in 1840, providing some remarkable constancy in what, at times, can seem quite an uncertain world. And as she does so, I'm reminded of Sir Samuel's instructions to his first captain 176 years ago. Sir, your ship is loaded. Take her. Speed is nothing. Follow your own road. Deliver her safe. Bring her back safe. Safety is all that is required. So, Captain, you may not be quite able to follow your own road these days, but most importantly, safe travels, and we wish you a great crossing to Southampton on the newest and only ocean liner at sea. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Captain Christopher Wells, Master of the Navy.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I'm proud to have been involved with this great ship from the very beginning, as I was fortunate to be assigned to the building team during her construction in Chantier d'Atlantique in 2002. And, as Donald Arnold mentioned just now, today there is another person here who was intimately involved with her creation, and was indeed the inspiration behind her building. And that is the chairman of Carnival Corporation, Mr. Mickey Harrison. And as we welcome our valued New York friends and partners on board our newly remastered flagship, I'm sure you will agree that Queen Mary II looks splendid. And we are very excited to introduce you to our magnificent new ship. But most of all, sir, I hope that you are pleased with what we have done to your ship. This is now a new ship with a reputation beyond compare. Queen Mary II was the first ocean liner to enter service in over 35 years. And today, 12 years on, she is still the longest, tallest, widest and grandest ocean liner ever built. She is the only operational ocean liner in the world today, and she is the fastest passenger ship in service. And now, without question, the most luxurious. Since leaving Southampton on her maiden voyage on the 12th of January 2004, she has become one of the most celebrated ships in the world and successfully continues the Cunard Atlantic tradition established by the paddle steamer Britannia, the hull of which could easily be accommodated in our own Britannia restaurant. Prior to entering the dry dock in Hamburg in May this year, Queen Mary II had sailed 1 3/4 million nautical miles, crossed the Atlantic 256 times, made 476 voyages, called at 215 different ports in 80 countries, Southampton being the most visited port, and here New York the second. Now Queen Mary II continues her service after one of the most extensive refits ever undertaken. The sheer size and scale of these refurbishments is testament to the attention to detail Cunard has placed on creating an inimitable experience for our guests. Over a 25-day period, more than 1 million man-hours has gone into the refurbishment. 594,000 square feet of luxurious carpets have been laid, 4,000 new framed pictures brought on board, 3,900 gallons of paint applied to the ship's hull. These are just a few examples of the sheer size and scale of these refurbishments. And as David mentioned just now, in true Cunard tradition, even our canine passengers can now enjoy more expanded facilities, including both that lamppost and a fire hydrant from our second home, New York. I would personally like to thank every crew member that remained with the ship during the refit. They should all take pride in what they have achieved and look forward to showing off their new ship to both our frequent and to new Cunard guests. In closing, I'm going to ask you please to raise your glasses in a toast. This is a very long toast, so you may want to not hold the glass just yet. The toast is to Queen Mary II, the only true ocean liner, rightly an icon in the world of luxury ocean travel, as to the officers, crew and colleagues who dedicate themselves to her endeavours. May she continue to sail the seas for decades to come and inspire the dreams and visions of future generations. Perhaps just to Queen Mary II, remastered. What do you think? So thank you all again for joining us today on this very special return to New York for Queen Mary II. And I hope you have all been inspired by what you have seen today on board Queen Mary II Remastered. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Wells. Shakespeare would have been proud of that toast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the presentation. We now invite you to enjoy lunch in the magnificent Britannia restaurants, and you can enter the restaurant through the doors behind you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the presentation. Enjoy your lunch.